Hey guys and basketball enthusiasts alike, this is Yelling Land, and we are back with what you may call a special unboxing. Before we get into that, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, what you've seen before or you like to see today. And I'm going to try something a little bit different than what I usually do. So let's get the box, then let's get the sneakers. Now that you can see what we have here, let me go into just a little bit of the detail behind what, after some research, has become a really special sneaker for me. These are the Nigel Brick by Bricks, Nigel Sylvester Brick by Bricks. Nigel was born in Queens. For me, that alone could just get the job done. I'm gonna be honest. I'm from Brooklyn, Queens, New York, Brooklyn, New York. I'm from Brooklyn, and I love New York. Like, hard to even express in words how much I love New York. And I just try to support anything New York, and this is a sneaker based off New York. But let me not go too far, right? Let me tell you guys a little bit more about Nigel before we hop into a little bit about these. Besides being born in Queens, Nigel is a very, very talented BMX bike rider. He actually was so talented that he went pro without competing. Something that's very unheard of. Most people who get, I don't know if anybody knows anything about, they call them extreme sports. So skateboarding, which is something I was really into when I was younger, or BMX. Like, you get signed by, you put out videos, you go and you compete, you win tournaments, like little amateur tournaments, and then your hope is, like, I'll send this company my video and I'll go win some stuff and then maybe I'll get signed, right? That's like everyone who's into that stuff's dream, right? And Nigel was able to get signed without competing. How that's possible, I don't know. But that's one of the bricks, right? So one of the bricks in his story, how he rose up, that's one of the bricks. If you want to talk about another brick, you could talk about the video series that he put out in 2015. He worked with, let me just get the exact name, Harrison Boyce on this video series, which was him traveling the world. Or it was originally, it seemed like, supposed to be him traveling the world on his bike, and then it went from just kind of being about BMX to including other sports. You had him there with soccer players and a bunch of different people. I believe he went to New York. I'll just get the exact. He went to New York, LA, Tokyo, Dubai, London to Paris, and then to Miami. He had people in there like Victor Cruz, A$AP Ferg, Nick Young, among many others, DJ Khaled. And one of the biggest things about the series is first person, right? So you're looking at it right from Nigel's eyes. I thought that was really dope. I actually have not seen the series. I didn't even really know much till I did the research for the sneakers, right? So I actually really do plan to go watch that series, probably a little bit today and then probably finish the rest tomorrow, because I am actually interested now. Like I said, New York, I just feel like I have to support, like, and I was interested in skateboarding at the time, and the two parallels between the parallels between the two sports is just, they're too close for me not to want to go see that. So we move on from there to his Jordan collabs. So I don't know if you guys recall, and I didn't even recall, he had a Jordan 1. Nigel had a Jordan 1. I don't remember the name of them. I don't think they had a name. So the concept was that he used his ones when he would ride in ones as the actual brake, so they would get scuffed up. And that just is like a common thing in extreme sports. I keep saying extreme sports, but in BMX and in skateboarding, it seems like a lot of them do actually wear Jordans or used to wear Jordans, and they would scuff them up. That's why there was that other collab, I forgot who it was with, and it has the same concept, right? As they would scuff them up, skateboarding in them, they would get messed up. I believe, was it a Jordan 1 SB? Is that what it was? It was something like that. I don't remember. I'll put it up here somewhere. But back to these. So then we come to these. The first time we saw these was in January. In January, he had a fashion show with Jordan. Um, he was very involved. I saw a behind the scenes video. He was involved from. I'm gonna assume that he was very involved in the process of creating these, just in general, um, due to the storyline and all that above. But the fashion show, very involved in the fashion show. Who's coming out first? Who's coming out next? Uh, Everything. Who was sitting where? To the point it was like he's the star of the show, and you could just see that he's putting in so much energy into this. I'm sure that it's exhausting at some point, um, but it actually turned out great. You did see some previews of the show; it looked great, but that's the first time we saw these, and from these you could just see the attention, the story behind these. I've always been a big story guy when it comes to sneakers. Um, I believe that stories sell products, but especially sneakers. Like you can have a sneaker that has a bad colorway, and if it has a good story and it's promoted well, that it'll sell well. And I missed a lot of the promo for this. I cannot lie. I missed a lot of the promo for this, and I went back and looked, and it was a lot. Uh, he had a video with him and this girl where they were talking about this little girl. I see her in all the New York videos. Like she does a bunch of interviews. I just can't remember her name. If I could look it up real quick. Anyways, I'll put her name on the screen. But along with that, he had a promo video with Murder Mook and Loaded Lux where they were rapping about kind of his story.
Everybody wanted to be like Michael.
Nah, all the kids want to be like Nigel.
So you telling me this is my shoe?
I'm telling you, nobody put on like you.
Man, all the loopholes I had to go through.
Look at the brands that got you tied to.
What?
Nike had to find you.
Well, look, that's Jordan right beside you.
Your driver even got Mercedes-Benz riding behind you.
What he was going through to come to this. Just a lot of promo. A lot of promo. I really appreciated that, the effort that they put into promoting these. Because like I said, it's very New York. And from that, we will get into what these are about. The Brick Bar bricks, besides being the bricks that you see around New York, he stated that it was like the building blocks. So I want to actually bring it up because I want to hear his exact words that he said.
Did you really do drifts on a tricycle when you were 4 years old?
Yeah, that's a brick.
What's a brick?
A building block. You know, like piece of my story.
You guys have to go watch promo. You have to go watch that video specifically of all the bricks, of all the promotion things that he did. I think the two coolest ones were that little, like, it wasn't an interview, but it's like a commercial that he did with Jazzy, and then the Murder Mook and Loaded Lux rap that they did. That you guys have to go watch that. But like I said, it was that metaphor for the building blocks in his life, and then of course the New York City, the bricks that you see in New York City everywhere. You see them in Manhattan, you'll see them in Brooklyn, you'll see them in Queens. It's not like you'll walk down the street in every street and you'll see them, but it's certain spots that you'll see them. And then to me, I also put it in the brownstones, right? The brownstones also have this type of color on here, and I don't even feel like I'm getting the right color on the camera right now, and I hope to get more. I'll get you guys more images as usual, but it resonated with me because having a brownstone in New York City has always been one of my dreams. That is a dream for me that I hope to someday accomplish, and that I hold very near. And I have something that embodies that in my hand. Like someone felt that same type of energy that I felt for New York and put it into a sneaker. And I don't hard to, like I said in the beginning, hard to express that type of feeling. But let's get into the sneaker. You know what you guys know what I always start with, which is the traction. It is the regular 04 traction, but you have the, hold on. The colors. firewood, orange, sail, cinnabar, and then there was another one. I don't know which color is which. I'm gonna say this is the cinnabar at the bottom, and then the orange is the main part of it. But you have that beautiful color right in the outsole. You have the sail, which is obviously these two colorways, and then this as well on the midsole right by the bubble. This beautiful orange. I think the color's actually really nice. Once you get the concept, I think the color's really nice. And then they, like, the main brick concept was the gradient that they added around the toe end. It's supposed to be a brick. Like, I will give you guys the images to see that, but it is supposed to be a brick, and it does in fact look like a brick, and they just did a great job on that. Then you have the swoosh right there up front as well. Then you have the suede on the toe box, and that runs all the way around the sneakers. And then you wrap on the back, and you see that, not the Nike Air, but the Bike Air on the back. That is his signature when it comes to the Jordan sneakers. He has that on the, I believe it's the RMs. They're the Jordan 4 RMs, I believe is what they're called. Yeah, they're the RMs. So it was a couple colorways that he had with the RMs. I actually did want to get a few, but I just never got a chance to. But you do see that Bike Air on the back of those as well. And then one of the hits that he actually expressed, like, seemed like joy or something that he really enjoyed about the sneakers, was the 3M. I'm going to try to get you images of that. Of course, behind the netting is 3M on all of the netting. I can't wait to see it. Right now I'm talking about it. I haven't really seen it. I saw a little clip of it on the video, but I haven't actually seen it. And then I put the shoe down, but I forgot there's more. On the tongue you have Jordan, Biking Co. 2017. Jordan and him started a little, I believe it's like a separate section of Jordan, and that's what they called the Jordan Biking Co. It actually ended up where they had an actual bike that came with it. The bike is really dope, by the way. And then I forgot the whole clothing line that came with the fashion show. That jacket, that track jacket. Yo, if it wasn't so expensive, like if I hadn't already shelled out the money for these and I grabbed another pair of sneakers that the release the following day, I might have grabbed the jacket, but it was pushing my budget a little bit. But that jacket was tough. Actually, most of the line was very, very tough. And I keep putting down the sneakers, but there's one more thing, and it is the, ooh, hold on. Something I didn't know about. This is laces. You guys know how I feel about extra stuff. I'm gonna actually put the laces back in this one, and I'm going to show you guys the inside of the sneaker. On the insole, you have that Go logo as well, and like I said, that is his video series that he had. The insole is actually really soft. Did he put a different insole in this? It wouldn't go beyond. It wouldn't surprise me, like I said, for the detail that he put into this, that these have a special insole. The insole does actually feel very soft, much softer than a lot of the 4s that I do have. So much effort put into this one sneaker, and I'm just very happy to have this in hand. And you know, the craziest part is I haven't even touched the box yet. I just thought about that. I haven't even talked about the box. The box is a brick. The box is a brick. I did the little trick in the beginning and I forgot. I will show you guys the unboxing of that. He wraps them individually as bricks, like the metaphors or the double entendres behind the brick is crazy, because like I said, the brick by brick, bricks around New York City, and then he wrapped them like a brick. I won't go into details of what type of brick, but I'll show you guys what type of brick, and I think you guys will understand the reference. If you don't, look it up, or I don't know. I'm not gonna do it here, not on YouTube, but sell a brick. The little Go logo on the inside. The whole box is a brick. These are size 11, I believe I got. Yeah, I was able to get a size 11. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, and if you like what you've seen before, or you like what you saw today, this is the only lane I'm out of here. You guys have a good one.